Hey, BookTube Sean here, and today I want to do a book haul. First book haul for the month of November. I think I'm going to go back to kind of separating out book haul videos and wrap up videos and, more of the traditional BookTube route. It just kind of feels right for me right now. Um, so, so this is November book haul part one. These are the books that I have either gotten from publishers or bought myself since I last did something like this. At least I think. Anyway, so first is the books that I have received from publishers, and I have three of those. First one I actually just got in today. This is Stronger, Faster, and More Beautiful by Arwins Ellis Dayton. This is from Delacour Press, and it comes out on December 4th. The sell sheet says, "Set in our world, Stronger, Faster, and More Beautiful offers a twisted look into the near and distant future through 6 interconnected stories that ask how far we will go to remake ourselves into the perfect human species, and how hard that will push the definition of human. This extraordinary novel explores the amazing possibilities of genetic manipulation and life extension, from the heavenly to the monstrous, as well as the ethical quandaries that will arise with these advances. And the inside of the book says, "The future is curious, stronger. Today, our bodies define us. We color our hair, tattoo our skin, pierce our ears, brows, noses. We lift weights, run miles, break records. We are flesh and blood and bone. Faster. Tomorrow has different rules. The future is no longer about who we are. It's about who we want to be. If you can dream it, you can be it." So, sorry, that just put "Don't Dream It, Be It" from Rocky Horror Show into my head, and my wife just closed that. So now in my head, that's on a loop now. Anyway, if you can dream it, you can be it. Science will make us smarter, healthier, flawless in every way. Our future is boundless, more beautiful. This is a story that begins tomorrow. It's a story about us. It's a story about who comes after us. And it's a story about perfection, because perfection has a way of getting ugly. And I don't think, it's just about the author there. This is a YA book that's coming out, like I said, December 4th from Delacour Press. I'm not usually a big YA reader. You guys know I don't read a lot of YA. I'm not opposed to it, but I just don't read a lot of it usually. But this sounds freaking awesome. So I'm excited to have this. So thank you. This is from Delacour Press. Next is, I'll do this one next. Mage Against the Machines, Sean Barger. And just real quick, back to this. Look at that freaking cover. That is, this cover is more beautiful. Look at that. I took this out of the packaging and went, whoa. Anyway, back to this. Mage Against the Machine by Sean Barger. This may be out already. Yeah, this came out on October 30th from Saga Press. And I will read the book. The year is 2120. The humans are dead. The mages have retreated from the world after a madman blew up civilization with weaponized magical technology. Safe within domes that protect them from the nuclear wasteland on the other side, the mages have spent the last century putting their lives back together. Nikolai is obsessed with artifacts from 20th century human life. Excuse me. Mage crafted replica Chuck Taylors on his feet, Schwarzenegger posters on his wall, Beatlemania still alive and well in his head, but he is also tasked with a higher calling, to maintain the veils that protect mage kind from the hazards of the wastes beyond. As a cadet in the Mage King's army, Nick has finally found what he always wanted, a purpose. But when confronted by one of his former instructors gone rogue, Nick tumbles into a dark secret. The humans weren't nuked into oblivion. They're still alive. Not only that, outside the domes, a war rages between the last enclaves of free humans and vast machine intelligences. Unprepared and on the run, Nick finds Jem. Jem is a runner for the human resistance, a ballerina turned soldier by the circumstances of war. Jem is more than just a human. Her cybernetic enhancement mods make her faster and smarter, and the only things that give her a fighting chance against the artificial beings bent on humanity's eradication. Now Nick faces an impossible decision. Side with the mages or let humanity die out. side with the mages and let humanity die out, or stand with Jem and the humans and risk endangering everything he knows and loves. I actually got emailed about this one, and I responded that absolutely I was interested in it. That sounds really cool, and I love the take off of the Rage Against the Machine band name. So yeah, that is already out from Saga Press. So if that sounds cool, go and get yourself a copy. The next one, and I just buried the one I need for this. The next one is Dreams of the Dark Sky by Tina LeCount Myers. This comes out, it said, where did it say? Oh, in February of next year. Let me see if I can get an exact date. February 5th, 2019. And this is actually book 2, the sequel to The Song of All by Tina LeCount Myers, which I was sent earlier this year, and I shamefully have not gotten to yet. So what I think I'm going to do, I don't want to read, I haven't even read the back of this for myself yet because I don't want it to spoil anything for me in book 1. So what I think I'm going to do with these is I think I'm going to read them both before this comes out, and sometime mid to late January I'm going to put up a review covering both books, because honestly, reviewing sequels I'm not usually comfortable with, or I just haven't gotten comfortable with it on how to review a sequel without spoiling the first book. And I guess I don't know if I should worry about it too much, because maybe if you're watching the review of a sequel, hopefully you've read the first book, but I will definitely review this and talk about how this relates to this, and if, how well it lives up to this, if it's a worthy sequel, if I think if hopefully not, but if I think that lost its path or what have you. So look for that in mid to late January, a review of both of these. Looks like this series is called The Legacy of the Heavens. That's what it says on the back of The Song of All, The Legacy of Heavens, book 1. And this is book 2. And I don't know if this is going to be a trilogy or an ongoing series or what have you. So, but thank you to that. I should have said this is going to be out from Nightshade Books. So thank you, Nightshade Books, Saga Press, and Delacorte Press. I'm looking forward to all of these. Now, these are the books that I have bought myself. And actually, this one just came today, too. This is What We Were Promised by Lucy Tan. I've been interested in this book for a while. A little bit of a cover buy. The cover is what drew me into this. But I actually read the first couple pages sitting in Barnes & Noble, and I was definitely interested in it. So I will read the jacket sleeve. But again, this cover, and I got another cover coming up. There's just outstanding. And I'm actually starting to appreciate hardcovers again. When I was in my teens, I used to be all about hardcovers. And more the past decade or so, especially the past 5-6 years, I've really liked the trade paperbacks. But I'm starting to appreciate hardcovers again. So you'll be seeing maybe some more hardcovers coming up, because if the new version of the Kindle book is going to cost me somewhere between $12 and $15, I don't want to spend that much on an ebook. I will if I have to, because if there's a significant price difference between that and the hardcover. But usually, like if I'm buying on Amazon, the Kindle book is $13, $14 and the hardcover $17. I might just spend a few extra bucks and get the hardcover, because I think close to $15 is too much for an ebook, because there's no paper, it's too much for an ebook. So I'll do it if I have to. There's one I might buy for $13, though. The Friend by Sigrid Nunez, that just won the National Book Award. mostly because I read the sample of it and I really liked it. I was getting into it, and because it won the National Book Award, it's like out of stock for like a few for the next few weeks. I think the 22nd it comes back in. So and yes, I know there's the thing Amazon and independent bookstores, but I'm poor and I can't go to Barnes and Noble or a bookstore and spend $25 to $30 on a book. I just can't. So anyway, back to this. What We Were Promised by Lucy Tan. Set in modern Shanghai, a debut about a prodigal son whose unexpected return forces his newly wealthy family to confront painful secrets and broken promises. After years of chasing the American dream, the Zen family has moved back to China, settling into a luxurious serviced apartment in Shanghai. Wei, Lena, and their daughter Karen join an elite community of Chinese-born, Western-educated professionals who have returned to a radically transformed city. One morning, in the 8th tower of Lanson Suites, Lena discovers that her treasured ivory bracelet has gone missing. This incident sets off a wave of unease that ripples through the Zen household. Wei, a marketing strategist, bows under the guilt of not having engaged in nobler work. Meanwhile, Lena, lonely in her new life of leisure, assumes the modern moniker Tai Tai, a housewife who does no housework at all. She is haunted by the circumstances surrounding her arranged marriage to Wei and her lingering feelings for his brother Qiang. Sunny, the family's housekeeper, is a keen but silent observer of these tensions, an unmarried woman trying to carve out a place for herself in society. She understands the power of well-kept secrets. When Qiang reappears in Shanghai after decades on the run with a local gang, the family must finally come to terms with the past and its indelible mark on their futures. From a silk-producing village in rural China up the corporate ladder in suburban America and back again to post-Maoist nouveau riches of modern Shanghai. What We Were Promised explores the question of what we owe to our country, our families, and ourselves. And like I said, I read the first 3 or 4 pages of this sitting in Barnes and Noble before my wife's show one night. And I was already kind of getting into it. I liked the writing style, so I wanted to grab a copy of this. Next I got, and I showed this in one of my, when I was doing the daily updates for 50 a day November, I stopped doing those because they were ridiculously low views. I don't mean that to sound negative. They were just low viewed, and I was losing subscribers every day posting them. So that kind of told me something. That kind of told me maybe this isn't the best idea. So I'm still updating that on my Twitter. So if you want to see my daily updates of how many pages I read each day for 50 a day November, make sure you're following me on Twitter because I'm posting every day. But I showed this in one of those videos, and like maybe 15 people saw it. So this is Romanovs, 1613 to 1918 by Simon Sebag Montefiore. Sorry, I was just remembering that I actually showed Dreams of the Dark Sky by Tina Count Myers in one of those videos too. But anyway, this is a history of the Romanovs from when they first came to power to when they were all killed off. And I've read a little bit of it. I've read the prologue. I think the first chapter. I don't remember. I'm bad at this. I probably should have put a bookmark in. But I definitely, I read the prologue and I read the introduction. And if the rest of the book is as good as the introduction and the prologue, then I'm going to be very happy with this. But it's freaking huge, and it's just going to take me a long time to get through, and it's not going to be one I sit down and just read every day or anything. This is going to be when I feel like reading a little bit of it, I'm going to read a little bit of it. If it takes me a year and a half to finish it, it takes me a year and a half to finish it. But it's something I've been wanting for a long time. And the last one I got is An Ocean of Minutes by Thea Lim. I know you've seen me haul this one before in a library haul. But I had to take it back before I was able to get too far into it. But it was something I wanted to read. And again, I love the cover. And it is nominated for it's on a short list for the Scotiabank Giller Prize in Canada right now. And I read the description in the library haul video, but I don't know what library haul video it was. So I don't feel like searching to link that video, so I will read the description here. America is caught in the grip of a deadly flu pandemic. When Frank catches the virus, it is up to his girlfriend Polly to save him, even if it means risking everything. She agrees to a radical plan, sending herself into the future where time travel has been invented to thwart the virus. If she signs up for a one-way trip to work as a bonded laborer, the Time Razor Company will pay for the life-saving treatment Frank needs. They promise to meet in Galveston, Texas, where Polly will arrive in 12 years. But when she is rerouted an extra 5 years into the future, Frank is nowhere to be found. Alone in a changed and divided America with no status and no money, Polly must navigate a new life and find a way to locate Frank, to discover if he is alive and if their love has endured. In the vein of Station 11 and The Time Traveler's Wife, An Ocean of Minutes explores with devastating honesty how the choices we make ripple into the future, affecting our world in ways that not even time travelers could predict. And like I said, I got the first chapter or two read of this when I had it out from the library and I was digging it, but I had to take it back. There was holds on it, and I didn't want to. I knew it would probably take me even a few more weeks to finish it, so I just took it back. But I bought myself a copy. So that's it. That's my November book haul part 1. Thank you to all my subscribers. Let me know in the comments if any of these sound interesting to you. If you've read any of them, what you'd like to see me read and talk about. Anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you stick around. If you'd like to, hit the subscribe button so you know when I post new videos, and I'll see you all in the next one.